What's up with it, y'all? I'm JP, and this is Watch This Ish Reactions, where I react to a whole lot of different ish. Today, we got Charleston White, and he's speaking on the video that all of us seen of him in the courtroom testifying on his homeboy when he was 16 years old. Yeah, now that you know the deal, y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and that bell notification so you know when all the new content drop. With all that being said, let's go.
Well, I just seen that, and I just want to say, I remember I saw an interview on No Jumper that Brick Baby said when I went to jail that it was the game guards. The game guard finally got me from all that talking, dissing street gang member. Brick Baby, if you ever see this interview, look like the Crip guard got y'all. And they got your ass in the mean headlight too. The feds.
Charleston, the dirty dog.
This separates the men from the boys right here. Yeah. This separates the men from the boys. I just had some pending state charges, and like the old told me, nigga, you can buy state charges all day long. They just want some money out your ass. But when the feds come get you, they don't want no money. They want your ass or some information. One or the other. But they want something. So they don't want no money. They got all the money in the world. They make money. So yeah, the feds want your ass or some information.
He ain't lying. You do not want them federales on you, boy. They coming. They coming for real.
Speaking of the feds, man, I woke up 3 days ago. I seen a video, never seen before video. I think you were 16 in this footage. It looked like somebody did their homework, but this was never seen before in the public manner.
I don't think nobody did their homework. Somebody within the government system released that. Because you know I nanny boo-booed the city after I beat them charges. So not only did I nanny boo-boo the city, I talked about some dirty police officers, dropped their names, and brought up the Dacian Steptoe and the Officer Garrett Holsich right after I beat my charges. So nigga, I shook my dick at the city. So this is old news coverage.
Well, great.
I was locked. This is old news coverage of '93. I was a juvenile at the time, so my face was blurred. They couldn't show my face back then. So there's no way an average citizen on the internet done dug this deep to get an archive of a news footage, nigga, from 1993, 92. Nah, that was an inside release.
But do you consider that snitching on your friends though?
For one of them wasn't my friends. You gotta think, homie. This is what me and Gilly the Kid fell out over. How you go put street rules down on at 14, 15, 16? How? I'm not a street kid. I'm not a criminal. I'm a kid who was raised to tell the truth. When my mama come in and say, son, what happened? Mama, I didn't do that. I got to pay for a lawyer. I got two lawyers, Carl Mallory and Louis Stearns. Louis Stearns became Judge Stearns, Judge Louis Stearns. But nigga, I had two paid for lawyers. Nigga, my mama is a well-to-do mama. I'm just playing, I ain't playing. I'm an adolescent going through an adolescent stage of rebelliousness. I ain't no street. Hell yeah, I'm gonna tell on you. I've been telling since I was a little bitty boy. I've been telling all my life. Mama, Kevin did, nigga, I've been telling to, yeah, so all of a sudden I ain't gonna tell. And my mama crying saying, son, and then fuck him. I met them in the 8th grade. I don't know them, I didn't go to elementary with them. These project kids, and this is what I want to show people. The well-to-do kids have no loyalty to the project kids. Hell yeah, I'm gonna tell on you. My lawyer say, hey, who shot him? He did. He's the worst candidate. He been in and out of juvenile system. I'm a good kid. Hell yeah, I'm gonna play good boy.
Man, say, if you got a little money, you and your parents, hey, and you're dealing with the project kids, you put it on them every time. I'm telling you, every time you put it on them.
There's no honor amongst thieves.
Charleston crazy.
Hell yeah, no, that ain't snitching. In from the jump, I say, hell yeah, I told nigga, my mama came in to who he did it, mama.
The project boy.
And my lawyer and them say, this is what we going with.
He broke.
That's how I became famous
got
on the
no
internet. Remember the Pop Hunter situation, me and your first interview? That's how, so now we back to the beginning of how Charleston White got started.
That's
Getting
crazy.
a kid and his son with that Pop Hunter kid, because same situation. That's what made me come forward. Nigga, how we go, so how we gonna trick the kids into street shit and you not raised in the streets? When my mama come to the police station, I remember one time, nigga, me and my cousin snuck out the house and we went to mess with some girls stealing cars. The police get on us. Them get arrested and go to juvenile. I get away. Do you know what my mama said the first thing she did when she went down to pick my cousin up from juvenile? I know Charleston was with y'all. Where he at? My brother committed a murder. My mama made him go turn himself in. Homie, I come from an honorable, upstanding family. I don't have no crooked mama.
Yeah.
Son, you tell these people the truth.
Yeah. I get all that. And I understand the kid aspect. We ain't, trying to train our kids to do this or do that. We want them to tell the truth. But we all know at a certain age, and we ain't talking that old, we know the code. If you gonna get into this type of game, you can't be out here telling and going on. And I ain't condoning it. Hey, for the good kids, the civilians, hey, they supposed to tell. But if you into all that jazz at a certain point, and I ain't talking all that old, you got to keep it solid. And that's just what it is. You shouldn't be into that kind of jazz and stuff anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm a Charleston guy, but he kind of loses me on this one.
So, nigga, I wasn't raised with street shit. I was raised to tell.
Is that what made you so passionate about the Pop Hunter situation?
Yeah, because how you gonna tell a kid to go against his mama? Because of some street codes who everybody break. Everybody break these codes.
Now I'm with you there. Everybody break them.
Everybody break these
Everybody
codes.
do break them.
Homie, when we got arrested.
But if they in the code,
all these niggas older
they
than
ain't
me.
supposed to break them. That's the
There was a news
thing.
article in 2004, 2005 by Bob Ray Sanders in the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. I never got to read none of the articles back in the 90s, but homie, we was on the front page paper of every news station. The news media described me as being the youngest, the smallest, but the brains out of the bunch. Homie, all these niggas was older than me. I'm just bullshitting. I ran away from home because my mama had just had my little sister. So nigga, I'm mad because I ain't the baby no more. And I'm being rebellious. My mama just had a new baby. I'm 13 going on 14. It's the summer going from 8th grade to, I'm just being rebellious. I ain't no criminal. I've been playing the flute in the band. I go on family vacations. Nigga, we eat dinner at the table. We don't eat dinner in our room. I got my own bedroom with my own bunk beds. I got a desk right there, a real set-up desk. I got my own phone. I'm a spoiled kid. I ain't no street nigga. I don't know the street rules.
But you was playing street though, right?
Exactly.
I'm playing rebellious. I'm rebelling against mama being delinquent. I'm not being criminal. I'm being delinquent.
You being criminal.
We stealing jackets. We breaking into houses. We ain't being criminal. We being delinquent.
That's criminal.
There's a difference.
Ain't no
we
difference.
Breaking bottles. We breaking in the car. We sneaking in the girl. We ain't shooting guns and killing. We ain't doing none of that.
Breaking in people's houses is criminal activity though.
It's delinquent.
Thank you.
It's delinquent.
Did you hand him the gun before he shot him?
Yeah.
And you told him shoot him?
Yeah, shoot that motherfucker. But I ain't mean it. I'm just talking. Yeah, I ain't mean it.
Get out of here, man.
Is this your gun at the time?
Nah, homie, we had so listen, I'm just out. So listen, so I ran away from home.
He trying to clean that up.
My mama was being strict. She pregnant with my little sister. Just had my little sister at the time. So the baby no more.
You in the streets.
Nigga, the baby of the family.
You gotta live
so
by it.
Just being rebellious.
Now if you ain't,
brother in and
tell
out of
it.
trouble. So nigga, you gotta think.
Hey,
I had 9 eye surgeries from age. So I fell in the washing machine. Think about this, nigga. I fell in the washing machine at age 5. I didn't learn how to walk again till almost age 8. By age 8, I put my eye out. So nigga, from 5 to 8, I'm in and out the hospital for surgery. So I ain't go to school. I got a private tutor. So nigga, I'm a sheltered kid. So at age 8, I put my eye out. So from 8 to 12, I had 9 eye surgeries before having my eye removed. So I ain't playing outside. I ain't playing sports. In and out the hospital. So by the time I get into 6th grade, I get my eye removed. Now I got a prosthetic eye. But I'm still in and out going through the doctor. By the time I get to 7th grade, this is my first full year of having a prosthetic eye. No more surgeries, no more doctor's appointment. Now I finally get to be a kid. Now I'm in middle school. I don't know nothing about crime. Now we in the 8th grade. You catch a murder case in the 8th. I don't know nothing about.
All these stipulations and this happened and that happened, man. Everybody got a story. Ain't no excuses. No excuse. No excuses.
I just come out the hospital.
It is what it is.
I ain't no criminal.
You're a criminal. And I'm a Charleston White guy, but hey, man.
Criminal. I don't know no street codes.
You lost me on this one.
I know to do right and I know what's wrong. I know you tell the truth. Nigga,
exactly.
You be honest. I'm an honest kid.
You know the codes too that you was living by.
That nigga brutally honest. Ever since he was a kid, that nigga brutally honest. Yeah, we did this.
You told him to shoot the dude.
So the core foundation of
but you didn't mean it.
Why do you think so many niggas tell on First 48? Why you think it's so many who tell? Because the core foundation of who you are is good natured based on how our mothers and grandmothers raised us. But the culture wants you to believe we all come knowing and raised this street shit. Why you think so many snitch? Because the core foundation of how they was raised is to tell the truth. So when you get in trouble, homie, the core foundation of who you are
hit that like button.
Comes forward.
Subscribe with your boy.
So here we are. We done committed a murder, broad daylight at the mall. Broad daylight during school hours. There was a girl by the name of Ursula who was at the mall at the time, her and her mom. That's how they identified us. Ursula went to school with us. So that's how we get identified. They go to the school, get the yearbooks, and then I got our pictures. I come up with a plan after the murder. I tell my partner DJ. Now DJ 15 at the time. DJ was a good kid, never been in trouble, only child. Nigga worked at Red Lobster, good play sport and fuck with hoes. Antoine Doolittle, the shooter, is a nigga from, I think they from South Dallas, Oak Cliff, some just moved, just come to the city. He had 2 brothers that was in and out of prison with a life sentence. Mama in the project, he in and out the boys' home. Really didn't fuck with girl, but he a project. His mama let him stay out all night long. So me and DJ, 2 different backgrounds from these other 2. Me and DJ go to school together. We don't really go to school with Antoine and him. We just passing each other during the summertime. So there's no real friendship. We just hanging during the summer. That's how most get in trouble. Going to go group up with some new group of friends during them summer activities. That's how get in trouble. Antoine and them couldn't have came to my mama house. Nigga, my mama never met Doolittle. I would run away from home, and that's where I would go stay because his mama let anybody come over. He can do anything. My mama would come over there looking for me. His mama say, no, he ain't here. He couldn't come to my house. Those mama, nigga, man, nah, my mama didn't play. Nigga, I couldn't go, if I didn't run away from home, I couldn't go nowhere. My mama want to talk to who taking you. Let me talk to their mama. Who picking? No, nigga, I come from structure. I come from a woman who had morals and principles and tried to instill this.
All that don't change the fact that you went and got wrapped up with something that you was down with. You said we committed a murder, and that's the truth. You went and got wrapped up with them boys, and whatever you with, you with, you in, you in. You know, not that I'm condoning it, but if you gonna live that life or become a part of that life, you're a part of that life. And there are no excuses. No excuses.
I'm just rebelling at 13 during what they call an adolescent stage of life. Most children rebel. I'm rebelling against mama. She talking that God talk, trying to take us to church.
No excuses.
She bringing more structure. The concept of tough love had just came about. Now mama talking this tough love talk. And she done had a baby. And man, yeah. So I'm just going through some shit.
Yeah.
Rebelling.
We all do.
Adolescent stage.
We all do, man.
And almost cost me my life. Somebody lost their life. We out being delinquent. Stealing jackets. We ain't robbing, we stealing jackets. But we took a gun.
Yes, y'all did.
Somebody lost their life, innocent man.
Yes, he did.
So, you think when they say capital murder, as a kid, your mama, your grandma, capital murder, and we done killed the white man, and we done this during the time, it was unheard of. I'm one of the first kids in Fort Worth, Texas to ever be tried and adjudicated and sentenced for the crime of murder. That's in the history books. I'm one of the first children ever to be tried and adjudicated for the crime of murder. And we killed the white man. It was unheard of.
Do you remember the day you testified?
Yeah. Because I was already locked up 2 years.
Were you persuaded to testify? Was it something that you kind of didn't want to do?
Hell no, I wanted to do it. For one, I had been in the boys' home 2 years. So I couldn't wait to come back to the city in a juvenile detention center to try to some of them juvenile hoes, because we got to interact. Yeah, so I can some of them juvenile hoes, get to see Ted, all the old juvenile staff, and then who I know it. So think, I'm 16, so I get to come back to juvenile, some of my classmates and some I know, so I'm excited to come back.
Was it a thing around the city that you testified?
It was on the news. It was on every news station. It was on every major, but wasn't nobody saying, oh, he testified. Everybody kids. Everybody understand, we all would have done this. Nobody think I shouldn't have testified. We all kids. Regrets? Nigga, I was facing 40 years under the Texas Juvenile Determined Sentencing Law. Man, nigga ain't never even heard of that before as a kid. 40 years?
It's a long time.
What? Now, nigga, I've been coming to juvenile for the last, so I went to juvenile from probably 13 to 14. I wasn't in trouble at 12, I wasn't in trouble at 11. I had one little year of rebelliousness, being resentful, going against what mama say, thinking mama don't know what she talking about because she a woman. Going to the culture, the streets, based off what's been propagated. I'm just out in the wilderness. I ain't got no business out here.
No, you don't.
Hanging with some who go to bed hungry. Hanging with some who 7 people in this 2-bedroom. Roaches. Nigga, man, ain't no roaches in my house. Man, there's people walking in and out all day. Man, I ain't know that exists. So, you thinking capital murder, 40 years. You lying to me. You go do whatever your mama and your lawyer instruct you to do. That's why these tell when the feds get them, because they lawyer tell them, hey, listen, they got evidence on you, might as well tell. You go.
Now, there ain't no doubt that most even street cats is gonna tell it. So I ain't on Charleston's neck like that, but he trying to make it like he wasn't a part of that life and he jumped in. You know, when you jump in, you're in. You know, I did this, I was brought up this way, that way, and the third. None of that make a difference. You know, you rubbing elbows with them boys, you one of them boys. That's all I'm saying. You know, yeah, that it is what it is.
Do what your lawyer tell you to do. And everybody know I'm the good kid out this situation. He ain't got no business with them based on looking at our mamas.
That don't make no difference,
looking at our mamas, how mama dressed when she come to court.
Don't make no difference. Y'all hit that like button.
I'm the one would have paid for a lawyer, 2 of them. My partner DJ They had to go, his mama then went on the radio station to try to raise some money for him. Because at this time, there was 3 skinheads who had killed the black man. So it was 3 skinheads who killed the black man, and we killed the white man, and all this was on the news, and it was being in comparison. So they looking at our mamas. We got Carl Mallory, one of the baddest goddamn lawyers come, what? So now I'm being presented in a whole nother light. And I'm the kid with all the mitigating factors. Your Honor, the kid broke his leg when he was 5 years old. Kid's been sheltered. He don't know no man. Boy been in and out the hospital, in the house having surgery. He just running, yeah. So I got all the mitigating factors. You think I ain't gonna play along? Cause I'm playing along with these niggas. So I got 12 years because I agreed to testify. Hell yeah, I'm gonna testify. They got tried as adults. The day they got their certification hearing, and this would hurt their case the most. The day they got certified, when they was being transferred from the juvenile detention center to the county jail, they was on the news laughing. So there was a news reporter by the name of Debbie Price. And at this time, it was about 8 kids who had committed murder. So, homie, this is unknown to the world in Fort Worth, kids commit murder. So there's a lady by the name of Debbie Price who wrote this national article that was called Kids Who Kill With No Remorse. Nigga, I wasn't a kid identified with no remorse. They were talking about my Latin King partner, Jose Rodriguez. Nigga, he was a serial killer at the time, little Mexican. He was heartless at the time, little wild mother. But all throughout my psychological evaluations and meeting with psychiatrists, I'm the kid with remorse. I'm the most salvageable. He can be saved. Look at what kind of background he come from. Those are the determining factors. So when they looking at them, homie, that nigga got 75 years.
Damn.
And they got 75 years. DJ, he got out on bond, moved to Oklahoma,
it's a long
and he
time.
was killed in a high-speed chase running from the police. The oldest guy, Antoine, I think in the beginning he got 99, went back on appeal, maybe did 20, but we the only 2 out.
So Antoine Doolittle's out.
No, Antoine Jenkins is out. Doolittle still locked up.
So how true is it that, because I seen this shit on WAC 100 YouTube page or whatever, how true is it that every time a parole bond hearing comes up, you come up there and tell them no, you still fear for your life?
Why would
you
I
don't
be
want them to
fearing
get
for
out?
my life? Listen, homie, the Texas Department of Parole Division don't give a damn about your co-actors or co-defendants coming to say something. They care about what your victims say.
Yeah.
We had a very
Whack know everything.
family.
Don't know nothing.
I got to meet my victim family. Very
Or maybe
loving,
he
forgiving
do.
family. They forgave us. They not protesting his release. You think I'm going back 30 years ago, my nigga? 30 years? You talking about 1991. Nigga, I don't even know when he come up for parole. You think I'm keeping up with that nigga parole date? I don't give a fuck about that.
There you have it, y'all. Charleston White gives his take on the reason why he testified on his partner when he was 16. And this is the very reason why you shouldn't get wrapped up in that type of street stuff to the kids out there and, you know, just anybody in general. You shouldn't get wrapped up into that type of stuff if you ain't prepared to take what comes with it, you know, because, you know, Charleston, he did a whole lot of backstepping and backpedaling and sidestepping the facts. If you in the streets, you in the streets, and you got to be prepared to take what comes along with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't get up on the stand and all that. Even though a lot of these boys that's claim to be hard and stuff, they gonna be the first to the stand. You know, you ain't supposed to. And at a certain age, you know, we ain't gonna, you know, 16. Yeah, you know right from wrong, and you know the code, and you know what you was getting into. But hey, man, there you have it. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and continue to stay down with your boy so you can watch. This is